It's the last day. We got you through high school.
I need to go over the end of the year budget numbers.
Can't we just graduate, head off to college? That should do it, right?
We will persist.
I can't hear you. I can't soundproof glass.
We have to go to a party tonight.
What?
Nobody knows that we are fun. We didn't party because we wanted to focus on school and get into good colleges.
And it worked.
But the irresponsible people who partied also got into those colleges.
How did you try to actively subvert the kind of teenage movie tropes that we've seen time and time again?
Well, we just decided we were going to smash the patriarchy with the idea of making the funniest characters in the movie the women. And most of the characters in the movie, frankly, are women. But we really wanted to take the idea of the kind of convenient stereotypes that exist in most of these movies of like, they're the smart girls and the slutty girls and the mean girls, and just say, what if everybody is all of these things? What if we really celebrate multidimensionality? And what if we take the idea of, oh, they're not, in most of these films, it's like assimilation is the goal. And we're like, what if that wasn't the goal? What if the goal starts with just proving something, a sort of noble cause that then reveals itself to be about actually a lot more self-discovery than they realized they were even looking for. So we just tried to go deeper with, you know, while celebrating what makes those movies so fun. All the teen movies we've all loved our whole lives, you know, everything from Clueless to Dazed and Confused and everything in between. We wanted to celebrate that art form, which is so fun and kind of anthemic and, you know, generation defining, but make it a little bit more nuanced.
Yeah, and I think it's fun too because audiences bring so much of what they think they know about those movies to a story that it's easy if you point out someone and they seem like the hot girl or they seem like the smart girl or they seem like the mean girl, how much we project onto that ourselves. And so being able to dismantle that throughout the story, the audience as well as kind of the main characters, was a really fun opportunity.
And I love that it celebrates female friendship. It's something we need to see more of on screen.
Yes.
We did see that in Lady Bird, Beanie. But can you tell us about the truths that this film tells about female friends?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think the dynamic between Molly and Amy, which is our characters, is just so special. These girls, it's like they have this connection that has truly taken them through their entire lives. Like, without each other,
It's all they know.
It's all they know.
Yeah.
I love like the little details of it too. Like my character often stays over at Kaitlyn's character's house and she has her own drawer and it says like Molly's drawer, and that was the same. Like my friends would leave, you know, their pajamas at my house, and it's like those little details when they're all added up, that specificity makes it so universal in some ways. So I think the way that we captured this female friendship, I think, is so important because those connections that you make with people, especially between two women at that age, are so formative and so kind of like feed your soul and feed your heart. And I think if there's anything that our film celebrates the most, it's just love your friends hard and keep them really close. And I think we go on such a fun adventure and we meet the most incredible people, specifically an iconic performance over here. Truly an icon. But I think the film, like, it teaches you to like really value your friends. And Billie's character, like every character has a group of friends within it that gets celebrated. Like,
yeah, like my character seems like this insane, like, party girl that's really full of herself and it's just her world. But when you really get to know her, she is so insanely loyal to her best friend that she would literally kill for him. Yeah. And you don't really know that until you know her well and like strip down this facade that she's created.
Yeah, and she seems like she's someone who's unashamedly herself.
Big time.
Which is very hard to do when you're a young girl, especially and you're told all these certain things.
Exactly. I wish I would have been more like Gigi. I mean, in some ways. You'll see.
Well, I loved watching just you two walking in the door before singing a song together. It seems like you have a real friendship. Was that easy to create?
Oh, it was instant. I fell in love with Beanie the second I laid eyes on her.
What you two have is special.
we are going to show each other how much we care about each other.
We'll probably just do a Korean face mask.
I don't need to know all the words.
No, but we lived together during the movie, and it was the greatest time, filled with snacks and pancakes and sleeping until 2 p.m. because we would get home at 6 a.m. because we would start our days at 6 p.m. because we had night shoots.
We were living on this little time zone together, like our own
it was our own world.
Yeah. We had like intense
no one else mattered.
It was just you and I. We would just like Kate would be like, "Are you up?" And I'd be like, "Yeah." And she'd just like get into my bed, and we would eat pancakes, and we would run lines, and it was just like it was heaven. And we sang a lot of Casey Musgraves.
I remember the one time I overslept and I was still asleep, and we call each other Pup. We're both Pup, and I just heard a Pup. Pup, we gotta go.
Well, Olivia, you look like a proud mum back then. So excited. What was it like to be on set and feel this real friendship form?
I mean, it was extraordinary because that takes a lot of commitment. That takes a lot of, devotion to the project. When they say, the rest of the world, nothing else mattered, I mean, it's true. When you really commit to a project as an actor, it's all consuming. And that's not easy to do, and it takes a real love for the material. So for me, I just felt overwhelming gratitude that everyone felt the material was worthy of that kind of commitment. And that went, behind the camera as well. We were asking a lot of everyone to make this film, and there was this shared sense of purpose, which I think just made us feel every day just so delighted, and truly, I was just grateful at every single moment. I couldn't believe it was a real set with real snacks. It was exciting. Directing music videos is a really interesting way into directing features, and I recommend it. But one thing that's kind of fascinating is musicians have to commit 100% in order to perform. A musician can't go out on stage and perform a song at 40%. It just doesn't work. And when you direct a musician in a music video and you sense this real 100% commitment, it's really thrilling. And I thought, God, how is that going to be when directing actors in a long form? I'd done a short, but in a feature, can you ask someone to give you that full commitment for 6 weeks? And I just was amazed at how everyone kind of willingly and graciously gave me that. And I just was so inspired. I thought, gosh, if I ever act again, I really want to be as hardworking as these people. But I really... Yeah, I was just overwhelmed with gratitude the whole time.
Well, can you guys embarrass Olivia and tell me how great she was
No,
as
they're
a director?
doing it, and I just...
That's why she wore the hat.
They don't have to. You guys don't have to.
Yes, they do, because I asked.
Oh,
So you got cameras are rolling.
She's incredible. Yeah. She's incredible.
I remember once Liv came over to give us notes, and she walked away, and I was like, Kaitlyn didn't catch a word. She's too beautiful. I didn't catch one single word. I was like, she's too perfect. Everything that came out of her mouth was genius, and I'm just gonna leave.
She's just gonna go.
I don't know how to.
Falling in love with
I
her?
should
I'm
just walk
sure.
away,
So mutual. It's just a love
but
fest.
Again, like what Katie was saying, like it all comes from Liv. It's like this energy, this vibe of confidence and warmth and intellect just radiates off of her, and it was really inspiring to watch her with the crew too, because they just like loved her and like loved the vibe that she set, and the entire ensemble cast is so brilliant, and everyone came in and just like slayed it, and it was all because you believed in them so hard, and I think there's just, you can't beat that.
And it sounds like that goes against the misnomer that to be a director, you have to be like this tough leader, this army general.
Yeah, there's no truth in that. I think people do that out of insecurity. And they think in order to make people respect me, I have to sort of diminish their value. I don't know how that math works. Yeah, I was so scared of you, I had to prove I was better than you.
Yeah.
That sort of idea, I think, is what's bringing directors onto a set and giving them some sort of shield against the enormity of the undertaking. And yet, what they're missing is that if you open yourself up and really lay yourself bare to your crew, to your actors, and say, this is the story I want to tell, I need your help, we're doing this together, they will lift you up and help you tell the best story possible. But if you feel the need to diminish them, they won't, you're shutting off the valve that allows for the storytelling. I don't even understand it, but I guess I do, because I've been on sets with terrible directors, and I know, I can sense that it's all coming from a place of fear.
Yeah.